Hello again, and welcome back to our time-sticking YouTube channel. My name is Jake, and today we're going to be talking about a unique timepiece that actually made it to the time-sticking workbench. So, stick with us through our intro, and we're going to be going to Salem, Massachusetts with you. Pocket watches are always a really fun type of timepiece that we work on here at Time Sticking. Today's subject is a uniquely American timepiece. In the 19th century, many watchmakers, especially along the East Coast, were hired to manufacture both watches and marine chronometers. One particular watchmaker made solid work for himself in the early part of said century. His name is Jesse Smith Jr. His work was never mass-produced, but his craftsmanship lives on. An 1836 piece from his old shop in Salem is one of the oldest watches we've had the pleasure to work on. Ahead, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Jesse Smith Jr.'s career. As history shows, the watch we received was actually built off the back of around 30 years of labor from the watchmaker. Jesse Smith Jr.'s apprenticeship began in 1807. This apprenticeship was under the master watchmaker Benjamin Balch. Initial timepieces from Smith are stamped with both his and Balch's name on the inside of their cases. Reading as Balch and Smith, Clock and Watchmakers, Salem, these first collaborative watches began releasing in 1815, 8 years after Smith's career began. 1 year afterward, Smith began producing his own watches, clocks, and marine chronometers out of Balch's shop. Each was stamped with Smith's name and included the shop's street name, Essex. The two would remain partners in their collective endeavors until 1832. With the maritime industry still in plenty of need of chronometer adjustments and timekeepers, Smith did well to keep the shop open. The watch we received here at Time Sticking was built 4 years into Smith's solo career on Essex Street in Salem. A decade later, in 1846, his sons were old enough to begin working in the family business. Smith was a prominent Freemason and influential figure in his community until his death. From what we can gather from the history of his shop, he primarily made mechanicals with fusee spring-wound movements. It's a technology indicative of the times. The fusee movement in the 1836 Jesse Smith Jr. watch he received was pretty standard fare for the era. The mainspring is coiled around an arbor, or a fixed axle, inside of a barrel, a cylindrically shaped box. The fusee, or mainspring compensator, drives the gear train by pulling momentum generated from the mainspring unwinding, as a brief description. Aside from watches, Smith's work would have also included clock making, likely regulators, watch and clock maintenance, and marine chronometer upkeep for maritime vessels. His expert skills are veritably present in the piece that we took in. The Jesse Smith Jr. piece has a lot of old school value, and we're no particular strangers to this old school way of watchmaking. Aside from 19th century American pieces, we continually have run-ins with gems from all over the globe. Many of these watches are hiding in plain sight, but have a unique history all on their own. If you or anyone you know has one in the family, or is searching for a hidden antique treasure, it's well worth it to have them maintained once obtained. Their monetary value often far exceeds the cost of repair. But what's more, giving new life to these pieces keeps the heart beating on historical vignettes in watchmaking. Risking excessive sentimentality, handmade pieces have an individual existence that transcends any price. It is always our pleasure to take special care of every timekeeper, including the vintage pieces that make it through our door. Do you have a favorite vintage timepiece? Do you even own a Jesse Smith Jr. from Salem, Massachusetts? Well, let us know in the comments section below. We always love to hear from you. Wow, thanks again for watching our YouTube video today. If you've really enjoyed it, we actually have a couple more videos available just right here and right there. On top of that, our entire channel is at your disposal, and if you subscribe by clicking the link that's right next to me, we'll give you the latest update on our most recent videos. So, thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you again.